All right, good morning. It's May 18th, Tuesday morning. I'm going to share my screen here and we'll just get into it. All right, the pipeline, there's a few new deals we don't have up here next week. We'll present them. We'll just go through what's in the pipeline, what's closing. Actually, let me see here. Can you guys see the, okay, you can see that, okay. So I added some new resources in the portal. Let me just see if you can see the portal real quick. Okay, you can see it. All right, perfect. So when you log in here, I put in, if you're just starting your database, this is the prospecting flow chart that we're going over. I'm working with a consulting company to really dial in on each one of these. But you can download this here and it'll go over. If you're just starting and you're trying to even pick out office, industrial, multifamily, retail, it starts you on how to pick that, how to identify your avatar, right? You describe your ideal prospect. Who are you trying to identify? Because a lot of times agents, I've been there before, starting out, you get overwhelmed, you just do everything. That's not what you want to do. So I put in some of these scripts here. You can download some of the cold call role play. There was some good scripts in there too. If you're just doing like a rent survey to warm up the call. The contracts, we put in a new multifamily letter of intent. But I've also had some deals we've come across that people have been wanting to sign contracts for a fee. Let me see, is this still on? I look like it just might have booted. So anyway, those are in there. And then the last thing real quick, we'll go over this. Let's see, there were some downloadable assets, marketing, underwriting. So the demographics, a lot of these, I've had a lot of investors say, hey, I want a minimum 150,000 metro. You know, these are great tools, area vibes, best places. You can see all that. So all that's in there. You guys can download all this stuff. And some of these are just free resources you can type in, but it's in the portal for you guys to just have easy access to. So, all right, we'll go over some news and training this week. We're going to go over those avatars more, but just wanted to let everybody also know again, we do have the capacity to broker in 48 states now. 48, I have the list, but it opens up a lot of opportunity instead of just having to refer out your business. You know, Texas is obviously a great market, a lot of velocity there. Arizona, people are going, you know, North Carolina, South Carolina. So we're licensed. If you're coming across other opportunity, we're doing a lot of other deals in Arkansas right now. So just want to throw that back out there. And here's an Arkansas deal. Speaking of which, we have this under contract, 18 unit, soft market. It was direct to seller. Nice little deal. These are all 2 bedrooms. Same seller had a 12 unit that was all 1 bedrooms in a really nice area. We have this under contract as well, 12 units. It's a nice little deal there in Arkansas, right near, this is next to a college. This one's right in a new developed area of Hillcrest. So nice little deals. Jumping into Florida, we have a closing on this 15 unit next week, or 2 weeks actually. They're wrapping up their due diligence, 15 units in the Shores, Daytona. So we'll hope to have this buttoned up here soon. So this was the brokerage continuum. Going back to the avatar, that's still in this stage, right? The research is one of the most important steps because you're not going to get anywhere else unless you're just working buy sides. That'll drain and suck the life out of you. You need to find the research. So we're going to continue to go over that. And the second training, the piece, because we did do the avatar, we did do some issues, and we were working on the value proposition. Like, what are you, like, what benefits can you provide the prospect, right? Because it's so easy to just have a buyer and he wants a 8 or 9 cap, value add, right? We hear the same thing over and over, and they're talking to so many brokers. So it's just sending them a list that they're already seeing. I mean, we've had plenty of investors say, I mean, don't send, if it's on LoopNet or Craigslist, don't even bother sending it, right? Because they've seen it. They're looking at deals, and those are the deal marketplace. So how are you bringing value to your client or prospective client? If you're just cold calling someone out of the blue, why are they not going to hang up on you, right? What are you doing? It's going to separate yourself. Well, everybody wants deals. Everybody loves off-market deals that people haven't seen. So that's a way to be different. Specializing, they know, oh, hey, Jenna's specialist in X asset class, right? So they know, oh, this comes up, Jenna, she knows her stuff. And then you ask something, oh, well, can you sell my home? Nope, sorry, we have a great referral. I focus on this. And then that gains a lot of respect, and then some people look at it like you might be turned down money, but really in the long run, it pays off because you're focusing, right? So we're going to go over that value proposition. Good news in apartment world, rents are on the rise in most markets. Some of the markets have fully recovered from the pandemic dips, and we'll see rent gains north of 5% by the end of this year. So the little blurb here, I have the article, I think it's on the next page, or it'll be in your inbox, but the rents offered for new leases reached a new high in April 2021, averaging $1,430 across the US. It's per month, according to Darty Matrix. That's up 2% from last year of 1,401. And that was when the US economy was largely shut down. It's also higher, 1,405 reached in March 2020, just before the pandemic even began. So, this again is good news. It says with some notable exceptions, the rents property managers offer for new leases, not including concessions, ultimately didn't drop. Which is good, because some apartment owners did get hurt. A lot of other asset classes, obviously, office, some retail, they got hurt pretty bad, but things are coming around. But some of the owners that did get hurt, Florida has taken its first step to launch a rental assistant program for landlords. So all of this payment protection that has helped some business owners. Obviously, the unemployment. There's so many jobs now because people are getting paid more to stay at home. It's actually ridiculous. But there has, in the moratorium eviction, there's been a lot of help for renters, assistance, but landlords haven't. Everybody thinks they're just sitting on a pile of money and they don't need any help, and that's very far from the truth. So this was good to see that Florida rolled out $150 million of federal funds to assist with rental assistance, which is, again, it's helping the renters, but in return, that's helping the landlords, right? Because if they're helping the rents, but they're not giving the cash to the tenant that's going to go buy, beer and cigarettes. And I'm not saying all of them do, because maybe they have families too, and they're just trying to support their family. But whatever the case is, it's not getting to the landlord. So that's what hurt. He still has to make a payment too. So that's what a lot of people don't think. So what this is doing is it's giving the rental assistance. So it's essentially paying the renter's monthly rent, but it's bypassing the renter and going straight to the landlord. So that's good news for the landlords. This website breaks down a lot more questions, but if you're on the phone with some apartment owners, tell them to go to ourflorida.com and they can apply for this assistance. And it's going to be a direct deposit to their bank. It will not go through tenants again, which is huge for the landlord. So good news in apartment land. That's all I got this week. guys. Again, we're licensed 48 states, plenty of opportunity out there in your backyard. And hope you guys have a good rest of the week.